Okay, in this video, I wanted to teach you a few more things about 3D modeling. So we're going to create this instructional piece. We started this in class, but I'm going to restart it here for you. So I'm on my front side. I want to create a sketch. And I am going to select the front. You can see it's chosen the front right here. So I want to create some circles. So I'm going to put a circle maybe right along here. So grab the circle, and I can see that the radius is 1. That means that my diameter must be 2. So I have that. Okay, then I'm going to go down, and I'm going to put a little point here on this axis, and I'll tell you why in a sec. Okay, now I'm going to dimension. Here's my dimension key, and I want from here, the center of that circle, to here, I want that to be 3.12. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm going to do a second circle. This one said the radius was 0.5, so that means the diameter is going to be 1. Okay, so we're good there. Okay, so then I'm going to now draw a tangent line. So I'm going to grab this line tool, and I'm going to touch here. You see how it's tangent, and touch there. Now, if it didn't quite get tangent, you have the option of coming up here and forcing it to be tangent. So if I just said I wanted to make that tangent to that, okay, it's already there, so I'm okay. So let's do the same thing to the bottom. I'm going to grab this, just go here and here, and then I'm going to put the constraint on it to make sure that they are tangent. So this is tangent to that, and this is tangent to that. Okay, so it was okay, nothing had to move, so that's good. Okay, the next thing is I want to put another circle kind of in the middle of those two circles. So how am I going to do that? Well, I want it to be in the middle of the whole thing. So to find the middle, what should I do? So I want to put I can put a dot. So let me just put a dot someplace random. I'm going to put it here. Okay. Now I want that distance to be, let's see, from here. Oh yeah, let's go like this. From here to here, that distance, oops, I'm sorry. Turn on your dimension key first. Here's my dimensioning. From here to here, why not make that half of the 3.12? So take your 3.12 and divide it by 2. Hit enter. Okay, so I must have put it right where I wanted it, so it didn't like that. But I think I'm good, so that's good. So let me get out of there. I'm going to back out one place. Okay, it looks like okay, so that distance is 1.44. Is that good? We're going to call that good enough. So why don't you just pick your distance to be 1.44? Okay, and then I'm going to get another circle. Here's another circle. And this is going to start here, and it's going to be with a diameter of 1. Okay, so now I have 3 circles. Okay, now I'm going to teach you how to do some trimming. I'm going to pick the trim tool, and I'm going to lose the inside pieces of the circle. Now I have the shape that I wanted. Okay, I'm going to turn this a little bit. I'm going to accept the sketch, I'm going to now extrude it. How far will I extrude it? The top tells me I want it to go out a distance of 0.05, a point, 0.5, excuse me. So this is going to be 0.5. Okay, and I am good. So I'm happy with that. Now I could have turned off my other planes so that I can see it more clearly. So here's my shape. Okay, so I've built the shape I wanted to build. And I kind of showed you how I did that, right? By making the circles and then doing some trimming. Let's call this instructional piece 2. So I'm going to change this name. I'm going to rename it. Okay, so it's renamed. Okay, why don't you go ahead and pick a color that you like? So I think I'm going to grab this. Maybe I'll pick something I like. Oh, so sorry. Okay, so I'm going to pick something like orangey for Halloween. Okay, so I've accepted that color. I'm happy with that. Okay, now I'm going to come in here and grab a drawing file. Okay, so I have the Good Counsel drawing sheet and I say okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place my piece. So I come over here and I say insert view, and I'm going to insert, pick your piece, there it is, and I want the front to go right here. So I want the front, I want the top, I don't want the right, so I'm not even going to pick it. But I do want the isometric. So let me come over here and grab the isometric and come right over here. Okay, so I'm happy with the size. Let's say I wasn't happy with the size. What if I wanted to make this bigger? Let me show you that. So I would right click on it and I would say view properties, and I would say let's make it 1:1. So I'm making it 1:1. That will change those two scales right away. And let's see, can we do the same thing over here? So I'm going to accept that, and let's see, can I get this to be the same? So view properties and make that 1:1. Will it fit? Everything fit? Yes, everything fits. Now, do you see how it says scale, scale, scale? I don't need that if I change it to 1:1 down here because everything says 1:1. So let me accept that. I'm going to now delete this, highlight it and say del. Highlight by left clicking del. Highlight, left click del. Come down here and double click in there. And it should let you rewrite it as 1:1. That's why you don't need the scale on the drawing sheet itself, because in the title block, it gives you the information you need. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. You're good about saying show shaded views, but you see these 2 points right here and right here? They resulted because of the tangencies that I had in my drawing, in my part file. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to say hide the tangent edges. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to say, how about if I say show hidden lines, but then I also want to hide the tangent errors, the tangent edges. So that's good. So here are the hidden lines that I needed, right? But I don't have these other random lines that were to tangents that didn't really need to be there because I'm not going to dimension to them. Okay, so I'm happy with what I have there. I'm happy with what I showed you. Now, we want to dimension this. So first off, I'm going to just say, let's, I'm going to scoot this over a little tiny bit. Let me go back a little bit more. Okay, So let me dimension. So I'm going to turn on my dimensioning key right here. Let me move myself out of the picture. And let me say this dimension is 0.5. I'm happy with that. Oh, I don't like all those zeros. I'm going to come over here to my drawing properties, pull that out, and change your precision so that it's only 2 decimal places. That will change the precision on everything that you measure. Okay, so that was very helpful. Next thing, let's do some more dimensioning. What do I know I have to do? I know I have to get some diameter dimensions. The only diameter dimension I have is going to be this guy right here. Okay, he's the only one. And if I double click on this, I could then write the word through here. See where I'm putting it? Oh, and also when you write words in, they're going to be all caps. Okay, enter and click out of there. And I'm good. Okay, so now do you see how I don't like the spacing? So click back in, and instead of starting your T there, give yourself a couple of spaces. And look what's going to happen. See how it spaced it better? So I like that. All right, now what kind of measurements do I need? I need to figure out what those old circles were. But because they're no longer circles, they're arcs, I'm going to have to make them radial measurements. And that's going to be this guy right here. Now, you see where that little cross came out? We're going to need that in a little bit. It's going to disappear right now, but we're going to be able to get it back in just a moment. Okay, same thing here. See how that cross came? That marked the original center of my circle, and I need that because it's going to help me dimension my figure, my part further. Okay, so I have those two. I'm happy with that. Okay, I can't do anything else until I take care of some hidden matters. So let's see what else I want to do. I need an edge-to-edge center line to show me the center of the circle on my top piece. To do that, I just grab that, and that's my center line. So I'm happy with that. Okay, then, let's see what else I need. I need to create a center mark. How will I do that? If I grab that, that will do it. You see how if I grab that, how it will put that mark there? And if I grab that, it will put that mark there. So that's very good because now I've got my center marks. I had to have them because I needed dimension to them. Okay, so what kind of dimensioning am I going to do to them? Well, a couple of different kinds. So let's come back up here to our dimension tool, and let's make it just plain old dimensioning again. And remember, I had to figure out where the centers went. So from this center to that center. It's picking it up. Let me try that again. So let me go there, and I want that center, and I want this center. So it's not doing it right now. So let me work on that for a minute. Let me first extend those lines. So how would I do that? So what I want to do is come over here, and I'm going to get a 2-point center line. So why don't we go from this edge right here? Oop, I think I picked the wrong place. Okay, so let me go from here to the triangle out to that triangle. Okay, and then I could keep going, couldn't I? Okay, let me escape out of there. And then couldn't I go from here to here? No, it doesn't like to do that. So oh, because that's turned off. Hang on. Here to here. Okay, I kind of like all of those because they're all on the same line. Okay, so what do I need to do? I wanted to figure out how far apart these guys are. So let me see if I can now dimension. Well, maybe what I should do is this. Let me first finish my lines because I wasn't totally done. So let me come back over here because I need to bring these down, don't I? So let me go looking for another triangle. Okay, and then from here, I can go right there. And then from here, I could go okay. So now, if I can get dimension, can I dimension from here to here? Huh, interesting. So how come that did degrees? That's very interesting. So let me get out of that and let me say delete. Okay, let me try that again. That's better. Okay, so it may be a little bit off because it should be 3.12. It's picking up 3.13. I'm okay with that. Okay, so then I need to also position this from this center to here, and I've got that depth. Okay, so do you see I don't have like the normal width and height? I don't have those normal features because I have all of these radial measurements. So this is considering making it fully dimensioned, okay? Because I can figure out all kinds of distances here by using the radial measurements. All right, so then now, right now, it is fully dimensioned. So those are all the things I wanted to show you on this. I wanted you to be able to change your scale. We did that by right-clicking and going through properties. Once you change your scale, if they're all the same scale, I wanted you to delete that scale marking and adjust the scale down here. Then I wanted you to be able to use this tool in several ways. The edge-to-edge center line gave us this line right here. The 2-point center line let us draw these spokes, if you will, from our center marks. And remember, we had to get a center mark here by touching here and here. That gave us a center mark in here and in here. So these are the kind of things I wanted you to be able to understand. And also, you took off the tangent lines. Okay, and how did we do that? Let me get out of this. We went in here, we right-clicked, and we said tangent edges, and we hid them. So whenever you have those tangent edges, you're going to hide them. So now you know enough between this project and the previous one to be able to do your regular project on dimensioning using Onshape. So I hope you found this helpful. Thank you for listening.